Hi guys, I'm making a quick video to kind of show you the setup that I have for my crystal color therapy vibration water that I have been drinking. I mentioned it in a couple of groups, and so I am going to do a quick video to kind of the visual I think is better to explain how I set up the grid around the bottles. This is where I normally have it set, and it's on this cabinet in my Reiki healing room that I have set up in my house. But I'm going to move the box down to the floor so that you can see the pattern around the bottles themselves. So let me pause the video and let me see. Okay, this is a top view of the actual setup where I have the crystals coming from each end of each side of the bottles, and then in between the bottles I set two pieces of fluorite, and then on the end is a piece of selenite, and then this end I have a piece of floating copper. It is a special stone I picked up. Can't remember where I got it, but it's got a lot of copper in it. And then with the pink one, instead of doing the quartz crystals that I have on the blue and the green, and then on the back side I have three more of the crystals, quartz crystals. But on this side of the pink is a piece of rose quartz instead, because that one's the one I do for self-love. So let me get down here on the floor with it. So how I do this is I got each one of these bottles from the Dollar Tree, and I chose these three colors, and you can use any kind of container that you want. The color is going to be the important factor, because the color will also infuse the certain vibration into the water as well. So I picked blue for healing, green for prosperity, and then the pink for self-love or unconditional love, basically for myself and for others as well too. And I chose the quartz to magnify the vibrations going into the water. I put selenite because it's synonymous with the moon and water, and the fluorite for clearing and cleansing, and then the copper because copper is a electric and magnetic field amplifier. So rose quartz, of course, is for, it still has the properties of quartz, but it puts in a gentle self-love or unconditional love, and so that was a very appropriate stone for the pink. After I put this together every evening, I then place my hands on each one of them, and I infuse it with Reiki. I am a Reiki master, so I do use my Reiki in it as well. And then I also put my witchy intent into it as well too, for all of the intentions, all of the expectation, all of the energy building that I can muster, I throw into the water, and then I let it amplify and kind of marinate through the night. Then the next morning I drink the blue one first. In the midday while I'm working and stuff like that, I do the prosperity one. And then in the evening I drink the pink one. And how how I can see that I can also continue to increase this is I can actually put stones in the water to also make crystal elixirs of the water as well too. I could put rose quartz in the pink one. I could put like citrine in the green one. Citrine is a merchant stone, but the thing is, there's many stones that you could choose for each intention, but you're going to choose the ones that are best suited for you. The healing, you could put fluorite in there because it's clearing negative energy. You could put malachite, also clears negative energy. You could put turquoise. You could put quite a few different ones into the water to actually amplify each of the properties. So you're basically going to use the stones that are tuned to you. There's quite a few choices for each intention. The other thing that you could do is, I had this set up on a cabinet to where I could only do it in the straight line path. But you could also change the position of these bottles of water. And you could make a pyramid action. Let's see, I'm trying to hold the camera steady while I do this. Let's see. You could put the bottles in a pyramid shape. And you could put the crystal points in between. So you could create, oh, did I mess with that? Sorry about that. You could create a crystal triangle and a triangle out of the bottles. You could put the selenite in the center, or you could put the rose quartz in the center, or being that this one right here is a strong amplifier, you could put the copper in the center, and then you could put quartz, or I would put maybe that one there, the rose quartz here, and another one on this back side, but you get the point. You can set the crystal grid up any which way that you choose to. I did it according to the space that I had where I normally keep this. I don't normally keep this on the floor. I just did it because it was easier to film down here. But you could continue to build the stones as elaborate as you wanted around it as well. But the most important point is to infuse it with all of your intentions. You don't have to do Reiki on it. I do Reiki because one of the things that they teach you when you start doing Reiki is that you should do all of your food and water before you eat it. You should give it Reiki. And then it would be going in for your highest good. And it lessens the damage of any negative foods that you're eating, like maybe there's chemicals or whatever in it. But infusing it with intention, and I think that's actually a good practice for anybody to do. As witches, we're all energy workers, so it really doesn't matter which form of energy, which ray of the energy that you're using. The intention would be to infuse it with your intent, and then you develop a more positive link to the food and water or whatever else that you're putting into your body. And because you're infusing it with that energy and intention, it's just another form of magic or energy work where it's doing the job as it goes through, and it's like a form of a spell work for yourself. And so this is how I put together the color therapy, crystal energy vibration infused water that I drink. And I've been doing this for a couple of weeks now, and I'm loving the routine of it. I am drinking, it's giving me in the habit of drinking more and more water again during the day, things that I had gotten away from. And this is just my way of doing the beginning of the purification and cleansing of my body that I haven't done in a while, and I really need to get back to these healthy routines. This is the time of year for that. Imbolc is a time of purification and cleansing, so you don't have to wait for spring to start clearing away the cobwebs and stuff like that. And you need to start with your internal body. That is why so many people do cleanses in January and February, and it seems very, very fitting for our upcoming Sabbat. So just keep that in mind, and it's just a very quick and simple thing that anybody can do, no matter what path you're on. Doesn't matter even if you're on a path or not. Anyone can do this, and I think that it's put a lot of positivity back into my life, and I hope it does the same for y'all. But I said that I would do this quick video and place it on a couple of the groups that I've been posting regularly on, The Witch's Lair and Healing for Health on Facebook, both of those Facebook groups. So I'll post this on YouTube and then share it on those two links. Those two Facebook pages. But I hope y'all enjoyed, and thank you, and everybody have a good night. Thanks. Bye.